Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we're going to be talking about a camera's shutter count. Unless your digital camera is brand new, that is, you're getting this fresh out of the factory, it's a good idea to know your camera's shutter count and keep an eye on it. This is also useful if you are planning to buy a used camera, and I'll explain in this video why you should know a lot about your camera's shutter count and the importance. Now, the shutter count of your camera is very important because all cameras have their shutter life expectancies, or have a certain number of times that they can fire before they fail or before they stop working. Now, your camera's shutter count or actuation number is the number of times that the mechanical shutter has fired or has clicked. That's the number of times you have physically fired your camera. And when I mean physically fire, I mean when you click on your camera and it makes that sound. You hear that? That's the sound of the shutter. And a lot of cameras have mechanical shutters, which means that the components of the camera that actually are responsible for making that sound are physical components, they're mechanical. While some cameras have electronic shutters. So like this is the Sony ZV-E one, and it uses an electronic shutter. So it's more of an electronic mechanism or a software mechanism, not necessarily a physical shutter. And that's important for some reasons, and I'll get to that later in the video. But for now, we're talking about cameras that have a mechanical shutter. So how does a mechanical shutter work? A mechanical shutter consists of two curtains. These two curtains, they open and they close in sequence to expose the camera sensor to light, thereby creating an image. So the first curtain opens as the first part of the sequence to start the exposure, and then the second curtain closes it or ends the sequence. And this entire process happens so fast, fractions of a second. So every time a photograph is taken, the camera's shutter opens and then closes. Imagine that this is the sensor, right? My chest is the sensor. There's a shutter in front, which consists of two parts. And every time you click to take a photograph, the shutter opens, light hits the sensor, and then it closes back. The shutter opens, once you click, light hits the sensor, records the image, and then it closes back. Now this operation of opening and closing is usually what is responsible for that sound that you hear when you click the shutter button. And every camera, straight from the manufacturer, has inbuilt in it a predicted or calculated number of times that that shutter operation can happen, and that is what we call the shutter count. So in a way, you can also look at the shutter count like the mileage in a car. You know, when you're buying a car, when it comes straight out of the manufacturer, you know, it's supposed to have maybe just a few meters, maximum a kilometer, depending on how long or how far it is from the point of manufacture to the point of sale. But for used cars, one of the things that people check out is the mileage. How many kilometers has this car ever been driven, or how many miles? And so it's more or less the same thing with the camera, you know, because the camera, that operation of the shutter opening and closing, it's a mechanical operation, right? And so you expect some level of wear and tear. So the manufacturers have calculated and said that this camera will be able to open and close and perform that shutter operation maybe 100,000 times, 200,000 times in its whole lifespan. After that, the likelihood of that shutter failing and not being able to work anymore is high. However, it's just a calculation or a prediction, because some shutters may fail before they reach that number. Some may fail close to the number, and some cameras may continue to shoot and continue to fire even after that number. And so the camera shutter lasts longer. But it's a general guide to say every camera has its expected number of shutter operations, and it's a good idea to have knowledge about it and to know, because that will help you to predict how long your camera is going to last, to help you to predict its resale value. And if you want to also buy a used camera, it will help you to know how much longer you expect the camera that you're buying to last. And you can now begin to compare the value of the camera in terms of its shutter count, you know, with the sale value, and to see whether it makes sense. Some mirrorless cameras come with an additional feature, which is an electronic shutter. The electronic shutter operates without any physical movement, so there's less wear and tear if your camera uses its electronic shutter, as against if your camera primarily uses mechanical shutter, or if it only has a mechanical shutter. So what shutter count can you expect in different camera models? Like I said, it varies based on the different manufacturers and the different models of cameras. Now, most modern digital cameras have shutters rated for a specific number of actuations. We call them actuations, right? That process of firing, that process of opening and closing. It's an actuation. So for example, a Sony a7R III may have an expected shutter count of 200,000. Most digital cameras have a range. Typical range is from like 100,000 to 500,000. So the lower end cameras, the mid-range cameras may have shutter counts between 100,000, 200,000, 250 or 300,000. While the higher end cameras, the real professional grade cameras, those really expensive ones, you may have a shutter count even up to 500,000. Now, once a camera surpasses this limit, the risk of shutter failure increases, though it's not guaranteed to fail immediately, like I said earlier. Again, this does not mean that the camera is dead. If the shutter fails, shutters can be replaced, and they are best replaced by the manufacturer. Or if you're really a good camera mechanic or camera engineer, you can replace it yourself. But it's something that you need to take back to the manufacturer if the shutter fails. From my research, the average cost of replacing the shutter is about $200 to $400, thereabouts. Now, just to give you a bit of an idea of the rate at which the camera shutter number changes every year, for hobbyists and people that don't shoot every day, I mean, you can imagine if you're a hobbyist, you just use your camera occasionally. You may just take 20 to 30 photos in a day, right? And then that's not every day of the week. So imagine you shoot 4 times in a month and you shoot maybe 50 photos each of those 4 times. That's 200. Now 200 times 12 months is 2,400, right? So in a whole year, 2,400 times. So you can see that if your camera has a expected shutter count of 200,000, it will take you about 8, 9, 10 years to get to that number. So your camera will last a long time. If you are a professional photographer and you do like weddings and events, let us say you do a minimum of 1 event a week, and then you shoot like 2,000 shots in that event. 2,000, 3,000, let's say 2,000. So 2,000 times 4, that's in a month, that's about 8,000. In a whole year, maybe 80 to 100,000 times. So you can see that if you're a professional photographer, you may rapidly use up, you may actually, rack up the numbers. So on average, a hobbyist will use about 2,000 to 10,000 actuations in a year. A semi-professional, maybe 30 to 75,000 in a year, and a real professional may use up to 75,000 to 150,000 in a year. So real professionals, that's why you would tend to want to buy a camera that has a very high shutter rating or shutter lifespan. If I were really a heavy user and I'm shooting up to 100,000 actuations in a year, I'll be looking to buy a camera like the Sony A1 or A9, any of those high-end cameras. I mean, I'm a Sony user, so that's why I mentioned Sony, but you get the picture. I would be looking to buy one of those cameras that have very high shutter rating. That would also inform the kind of camera I would buy, right? But if you're a hobbyist or a semi-professional, if you buy a camera with shutter rating of about 300 to 400 and you do about 75,000 actuations a year, your camera is going to last you about 3 to 4 years. Most times, many photographers, by the time they get to 3 to 4 years, you're already thinking of upgrading because new cameras have come out, new technologies and so on, and you just want to upgrade. A lot of times people do not use the cameras up to that level before they sell them and upgrade to a new one. And so if you're out in the market buying a used camera, you would have cameras that have a lot of life left in them. And one very important thing to know is that manufacturers usually state these numbers as estimates or predictions, like I said. So the camera shutter may fail before you reach that number or around that number, or it may even continue and surpass that number before it fails. But it's just good to have it in mind. So when you're looking at the camera shutter count, what would you say is a high shutter count? A high shutter count is a shutter count that is about 80 to 90% of the camera's expected shutter count or shutter rating. Like I said, the shutter rating is how many times the shutter is expected to work or fire before it may fail, which is the shutter count lifespan. Unfortunately, to the best of my knowledge, there are no warning signs within the camera that will tell you beforehand that, oh, this shutter is about to fail. But I know that in some cameras, you can check within the camera, like if you click on battery information, some cameras will show you the shutter count. There are different ways of checking the shutter count, and one of the best ways is to take a picture with the camera and upload that picture unedited to different websites that are able to read the information on that picture and tell you what the shutter count of that camera is. So examples of those kind of websites include camerashuttercount.com. There are actually several of them. I'm actually looking at some of them here. So there's like there's myshuttercount.com. There are several websites where you can take a picture of the camera, upload that picture to the website online, and then it will be able to let you know what the shutter count of that camera is. Now, another way to check your shutter count is to download the software for your camera, like Canon EOS utility software. I think there's some software you can also download from Nikon's website. And for Sony, once you plug your camera to your computer, you can use the Imaging Edge software, the native Sony camera software, to also check the shutter count. And some cameras allow you to check the shutter count within the firmware inside the camera. So there are some ways to manipulate and press. Sometimes it's around the battery information page or some other page within the camera. So you really need to Google it and check, and you should be able to discover or know the shutter count of your camera. Cameras like Fujifilm, Pentax, and a couple of other cameras, they already include in the menu system a way to check the shutter count of your camera. And just to confirm that the Sony ZV-E1 uses an electronic shutter, I tried taking a picture with my Sony ZV-E1, uploaded it to a couple of those websites, and I couldn't get the shutter count because they said that the information required is not embedded within the picture. And that's because this uses an electronic shutter. So it's expected that this camera shutter system will not fail the way a camera that uses mechanical shutters may fail. Doesn't mean that the ZV-E1 is the best camera for photos. I'm not saying you should go out there now and go and buy a Sony ZV-E1. I'm going to do another video that talks about the issues around using the Sony ZV-E1 as your main camera for photography. There are a lot of issues. Do the research and check the kind of shutter system that your camera uses, whether it's a mechanical shutter, an electronic shutter, or a combination of both. Some cameras, like we've said before, use both, and the electronic shutter option is an option within the camera in case you want to shoot in certain kind of settings or scenarios, whereas the mechanical shutter will be the primary way the camera takes pictures. So in summary, a camera's shutter count is an important indicator or an important measure of a camera's usage and life expectancy, how long it's going to last, especially for photographers who rely on their cameras for commercial work or professional work. In another video, I'll talk extensively about the things that you need to consider when you're buying a used camera, because there are a whole lot of other things to look at. But for now, we're going to keep this video to just talking about the shutter count. I hope the video has been useful. Go and do some research about the shutter count. Have a good idea of it, and let me know what your own experiences have been around camera shutter counts. Have you ever had a camera's shutter fail on you? You could share that experience with me in the comments. I would really like to read from you and hear from you. Thank you for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.